All right, so I had to pull the video because someone corrected me and said that it wasn't black women were being killed every 5 minutes. It was black women were being killed every 5.5 hours. So I got that wrong. I misquoted what's her name, Yam. I don't know. That's what the nickname is to go with her having the debate with Pierre. And there's a number of things that she said in there because I actually finished the video out uh, before I didn't finish the video out before I made the video, but that was irrelevant because I was focusing on the whole black women are killed every 5 minutes when that was incorrect. It was black women are killed every 5.5 hours. So that changes the math. And now the math actually makes sense, but there's a bunch of nuances that are completely ignored by the statistics, and they're ignored by this Yam chick. Um, so where should I start with this video? Where should I start with the numbers, or should I start with the other areas that I had a problem? Let's start with the numbers. Okay, so the 5.5 the black women 5 point what is it? Black women are killed every 5.5 hours, right? Um, that means that so basically you take 24 hours and you got 5.5, and then it's like, okay, what is x is 4.3. All right, so 4.3 is the number of black women who are killed a day. So if you had 4.3 black women killed a day, right, then which technically, I mean, 4.3, you can't have a half a person or a fraction of a person, so you either round the number up or down, whatever you want to do. But I'm saying that's the average. The average is because it's not like consistent every day. Plus, 365 days is an odd number. Like, so on average, there's 4.3 black women killed a day in America. On some days, there might be no black women killed. On other days, there might be seven black women killed. It's just the average when you take that whole year. You take the total number of black women killed. So let's say, so for that 5.5 hours, the only way that I got to that number is making the total population of black women that were killed, what is it, 1,592. If I put 1,592 and then I divide that by 365, that's going to give me I think it's the 4.3, and then you divide 24 hours by the 4.3, right? Is that right? Let me see. 24 hours divided by 4.3, and that gives me 5.58. So right around 5.5 hours. That's how they got the number. Now, looking at the numbers, like the numbers that I can pull up that I'll put in the description box, and the numbers that are verified from like 2020 and 2019, right? So this chart that I have, let me pull the chart up. I'll just put the screenshot on here. But the chart I have says number of murder victims in the United States in 2020 by race and ethnicity and gender. So the total number, both male and female, was 17,754. That's how many people were murder victims, because we're only talking about murder. And then we're only talking about females. So, I mean, I'll just give the numbers for males. So there were 5,127 white males that were killed in 2020, murdered in 2020. And there were 8,469 black males that were killed in 2020. Now, when we get over to females, and I'm saying all these numbers just to give context, when we get over to females, there was 1,904 white females that were murdered in 2020. And then for black females, there were 1,440. Now, the other article that I had, it said, what did it say? I think it said 1,821. So I don't know how they got, I don't know why there's a 400 number difference, but I'm saying we can go with the high number, we can go with the low number. I'm saying each year it's going to vary, dips in the economy, you're going to see higher rates. People are more stressed out, they're more affected by poverty, more affected by inflation, all this stuff. And so you're going to see the murder rate for black women go up because the murder rate for black men went up. When it goes up for black men, it goes up for black women, right? And that's just the way that it is. And which leads me to another point about, how black women, when they come online and they're crying and they're whining, right? And I understand the whole aspect of, and I know dudes try to do, well, black men are the number one victims of violence. Yeah, they are the number one victims of violence. And women are a drop in the bucket when it comes to actually being murder victims. The way that women basically come online and they say that women are targeted and men are the problem and all this other stuff. I'm like, you want to talk about men hating women? Men hate each other. Why don't you start the conversation there? Men kill each other with reckless abandon. Why don't you start the conversation there? It's like when you get like white people and they gentrify an area and then they're getting robbed or murdered. It's like a botched robbery by the local black people that have been in poverty, and literally it's the ghetto, but white people showed up with their poodles the next day. And then you'll always have this white conservative jump up and say and we're being targeted because we're white. And it's like, no, you're being targeted because they think you got money. That's why. You just pulled up in a Porsche, Carrera or some shit like that. That's why you're being fucking targeted. You're not being targeted because you're white. You're being targeted because they think you have money. And people who want to separate the idea of money and race in this country and want to ignore the historical context, I don't have any time for that. I don't have any time for people that want to ignore the redlining, blockbusting, job discrimination, all that shit that affects the racial economics in America. But what's irritating is that women will sit there and they will they'll weigh 1,000 women got killed, right? And they'll bitch, and I'm like, but if the men are getting killed at a high rate, the women are going to get killed at a high rate. They're just going to get caught up in that shit and get caught up in that mess. It's just the way that it is. If things start breaking down for men, there's going to be some women that get caught up in that. And which leads me to another point about, women who are attracted to, the sort of the streets. I know we have a street culture, gang culture, narco economy, all that stuff in urban environments, and it's just like when, we want to talk about economics and black people and violence. And what is my ongoing joke when it comes to white people when they come on my YouTube channel and they want to swear up and it's about behavior and it's about white Jesus and whether you go to church or not, and that's what determines whether somebody's going to commit violence, and they never want to talk about the money. And what do I always say? I'm like, please direct me to the upper middle class black kids committing drive-bys. Show them to me. Show them to me. They can never show that to me. You know what I mean? The black women who are firmly in the middle class are not the black women that are getting murdered. The poorer black women are, the more likely they are to get murdered because of their proximity to poverty. So that's another factor that's overlooked. Like these women that are foaming at the mouth, acting like there's marauding bands of black men running around, specifically targeting and black women from all socioeconomic class. That's bullshit. The other thing that I've discovered is that 75% of the black women that are killed with firearms. Firearms. That's what they're killed with, right? And I mean, I wish I could find a statistic on it, but I already know that those people that have CCWs, right? Because you can only maintain your concealed carry weapons permit if you're not a criminal, right? I'm willing to bet that of that 75%, damn near of the murders that happen to black women, the vast majority of those murders are committed with illegal firearms, which goes back to what I said about black women's proximity to poverty, and not only that, proximity to the streets. If black men are out here killing each other with reckless abandon because of the narco economy, or that nigga looked at me wrong, or he stepped on my ones and they was crispy and now they not crispy, so I gotta kill this nigga, right? If that's what's going on with black men who tend to be in poverty, right? And black women are near that type of mentality, near that type of situation, near that type of, yeah, chances are you might get popped. Okay. The other thing about the those that are in and near poverty, um and black women don't want to talk about this because they'll say it's victim blaming and all that shit. But everybody knows, and I do mean everybody knows, that there is a major difference between the way that black women interact with people when they get upset versus how other races interact with people when they get upset. And we even saw this with the video with the black cowboy, and he went to protect the black woman, and then he pulled his gun out to protect her from whatever the racist white man was doing in the parking lot, and her pregnant ass gets out of the car. We saw this in, I think it was in Texas, where the black woman either hit the white guy's car, the white guy hit her car. They got into a road rage incident. The white guy pulled his gun out, and the black woman went to swinging at him like as though she didn't see the gun. That type of shit. That type of like, okay, the man pulled a gun, you need to calm down. Cause he getting ready to to start busting, and there's a lot of black women that they just take it to the next level, And quiet as it's kept, there's a lot of black men that do the same thing. The dude pulls out the gun, and all of a sudden, this nigga thinks it's his opportune time to start talking some shit. Yeah, nigga, what you gonna do with that shit, son? Bitch ass nigga, you ain't gonna do shit. Pop. And now he laying on the pavement and shit like that. There's a lot of black people that engage in that type of behavior. I know everybody want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion, but Megan Thee Stallion got that video floating around YouTube where she was talking about her boyfriend that was whatever 6'8" or however tall he was, and how feisty and fiery she was, and wouldn't shut the hell up to the point that the police officers arrested her. So, that's just another factor. Again, it's not about blaming black women, but I'm saying it's another factor that they don't want to, talk about, discuss. Another thing that sisters don't want to talk about is like the woman in the video, Yam, she was like, y'all killing black women, but black women ain't killing y'all. And there's a such thing as proxy violence. And I grow tired of black women coming online and acting like they don't engage in proxy violence. It's so annoying when that damn compressor kicks on because I'm like literally right next to it. But anyway, proxy violence. Um, yeah, a lot of black women engage in proxy violence. What is proxy violence? Proxy violence is when you call your brother or your cousin or somebody that or you're in the middle of something, or somebody comes to your rescue. See, that's one of the things that, like, the fallacy about black women talking about they're not protected. There are a lot of black men buried in cemeteries right now because they came to a black woman's aid. And unfortunately, they lost the encounter. But somehow that doesn't get spoken about. Somehow it's just spoken about. These black men kill black women. Black women are not protected. But what happens when a nigga tries to protect you and he loses? Or what happens if you're in the middle of the shit? You got whole neighborhood gang wars that have taken place or are currently taking place because a black woman was running her mouth. She was fucking with this dude and she was running her mouth. She told this bitch to go this, that, and the third. Then that bitch went and got her cousin, then her cousin, and then the other chick's man. They getting into it. Then one of them pulls out. Then next thing you know, cousins get involved, and this Tyrese got hit. Tyrese on the ground. They trying to pick him up off the ground. Niggas is running in multiple directions. The cops is coming and everything. Then 6 months later, the other niggas retaliate. All this shit going back, all because a bitch was running her fucking mouth. And the thing is like if a black man kills another black man, for a black woman's honor, you're not going to see that in the statistics. It's just going to be marked as black man kills black man. You're not going to see black man kill black man because some other dude was out of pocket and the chick wanted shit handled. Like when Jim Jones ran up there in freaking Hoboken and ran up on Maurice, and was like, apologize, nigga, apologize. Had Maurice's face like, Chrissy, I apologize, Chrissy, right? Had his face all smushed up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit goes on all the time. And the women weren't going, oh, Jim Jones, don't do that. No, it was like, yeah, that's my man, and you fuck with me, and that's what happens because that's my man's, right? Again, statistics aren't going to tell you the details of that's what went down. It's just going to be Jim Jones, split Maurice's wig, and Jim Jones is in jail, and Maurice is, heads looking like a smashed watermelon on the pavement. And that's what's going to be the statistics. So the manner and ways in which black women engage in proxy violence gets ignored. And proxy violence, like I said, it can be anything, calling a cousin, calling a friend. In other words, in the process of protecting a black woman, it creates the statistic of black male on black male violence. If you call your brother and your brother pulls up and your brother pulls out and your brother kills another black man, he was defending a black woman in that moment, but he also killed another black man, and that's going to be, in the statistics as black on black violence. You get it? But nobody's going, boo-hoo, woe is that black man. No, the black women are saying, that's what that nigga get for disrespecting the black queen. Another area where Yam got on my nerves was, and this is something that I know Dr. T. Hassan Johnson would pick up. He'd probably be the only person that I could think of that would actually pick up on it. But the way in which she brought up the point about because Pierre was getting pissed off because he was like, okay, the nigga, if you want to say Tory Lanez pulled out the gun and shot Megan Thee Stallion, then why is she defending him? And she should have, called the police and said, oh, this is what the nigga did. But then that makes people doubt her story because she was flip-flopping with her story. And then Yam got upset because she was like, basically, black women are damned if they do and damned if they don't. And the reason why we don't, what she said, call the police on y'all is because we know when the police show up, they're going to kill y'all, basically, in so many words. Now, you know what's interesting about her saying that? Because a couple minutes later in the video, she follows it up with hashtag say her name, right? Hashtag black women say her name, which is speaking about, situations like Breonna Taylor and black women, being killed by police. And I'm like, and here's my question. I'm like, how come when you call the police on a black man and the police show up, when it's you and the black man, you ain't worried about the police coming for you. You ain't worried about the police killing you. But yet, 30 seconds later, hashtag say her name. Make that make sense. Right? So this goes into, and Dr. T. Hassan Johnson has touched on this before. This goes into, this sort of concept of using police as enforcers. Again, that proxy violence, that is a form of proxy violence. Having the concept in your head, whether reality or falsehood, having the concept in your head that I have this white police officer at my disposal to call on a black man, And then I'm going to make an argument, oh, I don't do that because I know that they're going to kill you, but that's always in my back pocket. But then turn around and then make arguments about when the police are called and the police show up and a black woman gets killed. Like, remember that girl, I forget what state she was in, the one that decided that when the cop was pulled up, she the three, I think three girls were trying to jump her and she had a knife, and then the cop shows up and then she decides that she wants to try to stab the other girl with the cop literally standing right there. So the cop pulls out and blows her away. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I'm saying, had the cop not shot her, that would have been a black woman killing another black woman. And that's another issue with even the homicide statistics, because the homicide statistics don't tell you who's killing who. But we'll go with the idea that the majority of the homicides are people that the woman knows, intimate partners, that sort of thing, because people are most likely going to have these sort of violent interactions with people that they're around on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about getting, killed by a ninja assassin from Japan because I'm not in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's unrealistic for me to worry about, that. Right? People get killed, where they live. The majority of white homicides are at the hands of other white people. The majority of black homicides are at the hands of other black people. People kill people where they live and in the communities with the people that they have the most interactions with. If I don't have any white friends, I can't get into a fight that could result in death over a dice game or over some spades with the white friends that I don't have, that don't exist, that don't come into my neighborhood, and that I don't interact with. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing, the other way around. You know what I mean? Like, so, I remember there was an interaction in the park, and they were like, and what was it? The news anchor was like, and the man in the park was assaulted by some teenagers and was attacked with a skateboard, right? And you know how the Russian bots do. They're in the comments section, usual suspects, went around blacks, never relax, and all this other shit. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, did you not hear the part where the person got beat with a skateboard? A skateboard. Not saying that there's no black skaters out there, but we all know that there's way more white skaters than black skaters. You know what I mean? So, there's again, environment, the proxy to the people that you hang around and that you're going to interact with. Those are the people that are most likely to kill you. The people that it has nothing to do with, some sort of like self-hatred or black women being singled out. Like, no, these are the people that you interact with. These are the people that if you do have a problem, if there is an issue, if you confront somebody that you think is stealing your packages and then they get irate, chances are the person that's stealing your packages lives in your community. And if you live in a predominantly black community, that's what you're going to interact with. You know what I mean? So there seems to be like this special attempt to make the black woman's numbers or her murders, uniquely special. And I don't think that there's anything unique about it. In particular, I would argue that the condition of black people as a whole is unique, given the conditions of poverty and all that. Like, the other groups that trail black women's deaths are Native American women and Hispanic women. Like, and again, it's like, well, why do white people have the lowest homicide rates, for women in that regard? And it's like, well, maybe because white people have more wealth, than all the other groups. Did anybody ever consider that? The stress that comes with, with poverty and all that shit. Like, to me, it's like a no duh thing. But, black women that grow up with the black experience in America want to ignore that. And I already know what's going to be said, because even, this is something that even Kat will pull out. It's just like, it's like the white people that when they're just like, they don't care how something is solved, they just want it to stop. Right? We don't care how the carjacking stops in the city of Philadelphia. We just want it to stop. And it's kind of like that's unrealistic if you don't want to look at the underlying problems. Like Philadelphia is like one of the largest poor, like predominantly black cities that there are on the East Coast. Philadelphia is a poor city. And it's like you start talking about jobs and economics, everybody wants to ignore that, but then they want the carjacking to stop. And I'm like, if you're not, I'm like, what are the ages of the young individuals that are carjacking? 14 to like 18. And I'm like, oh, high schoolers. I'm like, okay, do we have any opportunities for high schools in the city? No, they don't. Nobody cares. And the same thing applies, in my opinion, when it comes to when it comes to black women. Like I said, homicide rates among black men via the narco economy, gang culture, all that shit already high. So that's already going to put your murder rates, up there for both genders. Then you have the aspects of poverty, the stress from poverty, and all that stuff. That's gonna bump that up a notch. And it's like if you don't want to understand the underlying situation and circumstance, then it's a waste of a conversation, because again, just like I say to the white people, please direct me to the upper middle class black kids engaging in any of this behavior. Show me the upper middle class black kids committing drive-bys. Show me the upper middle class black kids engaging in murders and homicides. You're not going to see it. But then every time I say it's about the money, people want to argue with me and say it's not about the money, and it's about whether you got the sweet twinkle of Jesus in your eye, and whether you go to church every Sunday, or whether you're a good, moral, prudent person, and it's about behavior, or it's about culture, or it's about everything that has nothing to do with people's, socioeconomic conditions and quality of life. So, hold on a second. So, going back and looking at these numbers again. So, like I said, this 2020 number of murder victims in the United States stats in 2020 by race/ethnicity and gender has 1,904 white females and 1,440 black females. Now, what makes this look bad? What makes it bad, and makes it to where, yeah, it is a problem that black women have the highest homicide rate. But if you don't put that in the context of everything else that we know to be true about the socioeconomics, then it just doesn't make any sense. Or you're just going to sit there and believe that black men are inherently evil, and that's all that there is to it, and it's just a cultural thing, and that's it. I mean, just completely ignoring. I mean, just so much. It's just insane. But yeah, black people outnumber white people. I mean, white people outnumber black people 5-1. So even though white women's homicide numbers are more than black women, you got to remember that black people only make up 13% of the population. Black women only make up about 7% of the population. So there is a higher rate of violence against black women. But like I said, if black men are living in poverty and living in shit conditions and all this stuff that makes black men dusty, I'm not trying to make an excuse for it, but that can be expected, because it's the same shit that we see in other groups that face these issues of poverty and whatnot. And we can argue about the because people will bring up, well, I think it's the culture, I think it's the music, I think it's the denigration of black women. I'm saying you could sprinkle all that on there, but I'm saying the root of all that still is going to be the poverty issue. There was something else I was going to bring up, but I'm forgetting. Maybe it'll come to me. But like, yeah, like I'm like.
And the other thing that I wanted to say, and I totally forgot to add this in here, like even when looking at these numbers, right? So, what was it? 194. No. 1,904 white women were killed in 2020. White women were murdered in 2020. So that's the number that we're dealing with. So 1,904 divided by 365 equals 5.2. So then you take 5.2. That means that if you broke it down on a daily basis, there would be 5.2 white women are killed every day in 1 year, in a 1 year period. So in 365 days, in order to get to 1,904, that means that 5.2, or we can just go with either 5 or 6, because you can't have like a percentage of a person are killed every, what is that, every day, right? And then so what you do is you take the 5.2 and then you 24 hours divided by 5.2 women killed in a day, and then that breaks it apart into if each woman was killed spaced out in the 24-hour period. So 24 divided by 5.2 is going to give us 4.6. So it would mean that every 4.6 hours a white woman is killed, right? But notice how like they never come out with a statistic like that. They don't say it like that. And this goes into the point that I'm going to make later in the video, about how they phrase these things, and the whole problem with, statistics and percentages, and how it's an abstraction of a number, but it's the way that they phrase it and the way that they say it is a way to, create shock value. Right. So it's like if you say, white women are killed at a rate, at 4 points. What is it? Every 4.6 hours, a white woman is killed. Like, it just makes it seem like it's this ominous force that you will be randomly selected for deletion. If you're a white woman and in the general population every 4.6 hours. But notice, like, there's no paranoia. There's no freaking out. And notice how that doesn't even like in other words, even that 4.6, that 4 points every 4.6 hours, like, that has nothing to do with the size of their population. Like, this, in other words, this is the number of white women who would be removed from the population regardless of what their numbers are. Like, there's more white women than there are black women. And black women are being deleted at every 5.5 hours. And white women are being deleted every 4.6 hours. Because, they have a slightly larger number of those that are being deleted. But as a percentage of their overall population, because there's, white people are 5 times the black population, it's a smaller percentage. So arguably, it doesn't look like it's an epidemic, right? Or the way that it's being phrased, it doesn't look like it's an epidemic, right? But I'm just showcasing how you can take the numbers, spin it, and make it sound like an epidemic. White women are being deleted every 4.6 hours. That's faster than the rate for African American women, right? Completely ignoring the fact that African American women only make up 7% of the population, and white women, I don't know what percentage of the population they make. But I'm saying, like, if I wanted to reverse spin this, I would run around screaming, white women are being deleted at faster rates than black women because every 4.6 hours they're being deleted. Black women are only being deleted every 5.5 hours. So white women have less time on this earth than black women. Oh! Like, that's what I would do. And y'all fall for this shit. Y'all fall for the okey doke. Again, not saying that women getting deleted is a problem, and I'm going to further elaborate on that later in the video, but I'm just saying this is how you make shit sound way more horrendous than it actually is.
Maybe it'll come to me, but like, yeah, like, I'm like, you're not gonna see, you know, the Portia Williams of the world getting murdered like that. You know, I mean, you can try you can try to point it out. And yes, there will always be, the random in the wrong place, at the wrong time, some shit like that. I mean, even in Jersey, they had some girl. I don't even know what she was. She's like Indian or some type of Middle Eastern or something like that. I don't know what her background was. She looked ambiguous to me, but she died, outside the tennis courts at Princeton University of all places. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what happened there? Nobody knows. They're still underneath investigation. So you're always going to have some freak wild shit that can happen, and in the news it's all sensationalized, just like this shit what you see with the white folks out there in Idaho with this, this, freaking criminal justice major that had a PhD in something, and he was. They said he was researching the minds of criminals, and apparently he went out there to, test out a theory, and to really understand the mind of a serial killer, maybe he should become one. Sick shit, right? But anyway, notice how all they want to talk about is freaking, how smart he was and how intelligent he was. People wrote this in my comment section, bringing this up. I peeped that like a mofo. You know what I mean? How smart he was, how intelligent he was. Oh, and he's got a PhD, and he sells this and he sold that. Like the way that they treat white murderers versus black murderers is just completely different. And that's another thing. When it comes to some of the murders in the black community, they get filed underneath the murder, the murder category or the murder bin, murder box. It's like, some of that stuff. Again, if somebody's firing at me and I'm firing back, like, and then whatever the court case, I don't got the money for the right lawyer or some shit like that. Like, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get labeled a murderer if you don't have proper legal representation and all of the type of goofy shit that can happen. If you want further evidence of that, go over there and watch what's his name, the white dude, Jason Williams. He's got the YouTube channel. He's like a white, like, a PG penitentiary, or who's another, like, jail channel. What is it? Is there like a channel called 23 and 1 or something, Lockdown? There's a whole bunch of jail channels where they talk about, shit that they saw in prison and why people were in prison and how they got there, how they got charged with murder and stuff like that. And a lot of times it's not malicious shit that people think that it is. I'm saying for some of the individuals, they get caught up in the system, and we already know that the system is freaking not in black men's favor. Because even I was just looking at a chart because I was trying to figure out what the CCW thing was, like how many black men who have CCWs, the ones that legally have and own and possess guns, how many of them are being convicted of murder, since 75% of the black women who are being killed with guns. I wanted to know the ratio of legal guns to illegal guns, and all I found was that in Detroit, they've been, freaking disproportionately charging black men with technicalities on their CCW. Like shit, like you got the gun in the car, but you got to have it in a locked box as opposed to the glove compartment. And then they're hitting dudes with felonies with that shit. Black men who are trying to protect themselves and protect their families. One of the things that the article brought up is like, men going through the whole legal battle because of it. But that's another conversation. I'm just bringing it up because it was a part of my research for this video and trying to figure out, okay, who's killing the black women, since 75% of the black women who are being killed with handguns. And let me see if there's anything else in here. Killing black women, finding investigation, unspoken epidemic. And it's like, and that's another thing. That's what I wanted to say. And I said this in my last video. Like, the part that gets me, and I understand that this is a problem, right? Like, again, black women, they don't care, about, like, you can't bring up, oh, the men killing each other too. Like, again, they're like, well, that's a man problem. Our problem is y'all niggas is killing us, right? Like Yam said. But it is frustrating how much, like, black women like immediately go to the negativity about black men. They want to believe all negativity about black men and then pump it up, amplify it, right? Like I'm saying, so every year about anywhere from 1,400 to 1,800 black women are killed, right? And I'm saying there's, anywhere from 38 million to 41 million African Americans. Black women make about 20 million of that. Okay? And so if you looked at the percentage of that 1,800 versus the overall population of black women, it's literally a drop in the bucket. And this is almost the same thing as what you see with like, the liberals when they want to push gun control and they try to make it like a mass shooting will happen. Yeah, mass shootings are terrible and they're tragic, but they're rare. And the vast majority, overwhelming majority of gun violence in America is inner city gang related black on black crime gun violence. That's the majority of it. It's not mass shootings. But the mass shootings get the most attention. And then, you'll like this notion that, if somebody comes to America from anywhere in the world just to visit, that they're likely, to be gunned down in a mall is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's like the equivalent of dying in a plane crash. It's probably even rarer than that. You probably have a more likely chance of getting struck by lightning than dying in a mass shooting. But let the media tell it, oh, it's just mass shootings and we have mass shootings every day. And they do that stupid FBI, like, a mass shooting is 4 or more people that are shot. And the overwhelming majority of that is gang shit. I mean, that's what that is. But what was I gonna say? There was a point I was gonna make about the way that the media sensationalize it. Even with the white media, the way that they drop bombs in the black community. Like I had somebody bitching about why you say it's the white media and blah blah blah. I was like, because their argument was essentially I tied 2 points together, right? Because this person has been writing comments underneath my page, criticizes the black community heavily, all this other shit, and the family structure, and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, we already know that. But it's like, here you got, and I'm not saying that this white guy was doing it, but I'm like, your white media does this, and y'all ain't checking your white media. You're not over there on some leave the blacks alone. No, white media comes out and then drops these bombs in the black community. Black women's net worth is $5. Black women have herpes. There's only 3 black men for every 100 black women, right? And then we bicker and fight and argue over that about whose fault these fucked up statistics are, right? And it's just like the joke that I made about, the freaking there's 2 black couples in Antarctica, and one of the couples is in an abusive relationship, and the headlines in white media will be 50% of black women in Antarctica are in an abusive relationship. And it's like, motherfucker, there's only 2. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole problem with percentages, because percentages don't tell you what the total number is, and the total number is important. Like if I said I'm going to give you 50% of a dollar, which is 50 cents, or if I said I'm going to give you, 50% of $100, which is $50, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Like if clinical trials don't have a large enough sample size, they will toss the clinical trial. You can't have a clinical trial without having a large enough sample size and then draw conclusions from that. But that's what they do with the black community. Just like they did with that Minnesota bull. Ain't no African Americans don't live in Minnesota. They're Somalis. And so I'm saying different religion, different culture. And really no historical context here. African Americans don't engage in what do you call that? FGM. I'm gonna call it FGM because the YouTube gods like have a seizure if you actually say the whole thing outright. You know what I mean? But because they did on my last video. Um, but yeah, like not statistics, percentages are an abstract of an actual number. It's an abstract. But if you don't know that actual number, 50% of two versus 50% of 1,000, that's you're talking way different. Way different. And I even further extended the joke, saying that one of the black men, got eaten by a polar bear, and then the white media will jump up and they'll say, there's only one black man for every two black women in Antarctica. And then black women will be like, they'll go all crazy. I'm not saying that there isn't a problem with violence or homicide against black women. We can go with the violence against black women, or we can go with homicide against black women. I'm not saying that there isn't. You know what I mean? But the way that, again, you have, again, going back to, I said Amber Riley in my last video, Amber Phillips. Like, remember when Amber Phillips was on the Roland Martin show, and Umar Johnson was up there, and she was like, what did she say? She was like, actually, I don't know if Umar Johnson was up there. I think he was up there. But anyway, she was like, basically, all men are potential rapists, that type of shit. You know what I mean? You got like 5% of men that are rapists and 95% are not racist. And the women just literally want to focus on that 5%. I'm not saying, that we should ignore the 5% completely, but like, it's like, hey, we got a problem over here, let's identify. But that, I don't feel like that's what black women do that for. It's always been evil black man since way before I even came online. Like, that whole evil black man trope, that's what made me me and made me come online with that shit. I'm like, everything about us is fucked up, it's negative, it's all this other shit. All that crap in the 90s, all that, we're all the good black men. It was always, we're dysfunctional, we're fucked up. Oh, let me tell you about yourselves. Y'all overweight, you got too many damn kids that you had with whatever dude. You can't throw a rock without hitting a single mother. Your attitude stinks. And the women, like, they couldn't handle that shit. You know what I mean? But it's always been cool. It's like the way that, you know what it feels like? And this will really make you understand. The way that black women shit on black men, and I'm saying black women got the gender aspect to it. I don't know why women try to play like this though, oh, I'm black and I'm a female. No, y'all got that gender aspect to it. Where women are like this, this sacred cow. You can't talk about Big Mama and all this other shit. And so it's like, it's cool to shit on men. It's cool to blame everything on men. That's why Shahrazad Ali wrote her book. It's just like, it's okay to just dump on men. The same way with the shit that everybody's talking about with Akon, and the way that, he just took the opportunity to just shit on African Americans. Oh, well, us Africans, we move different. We way different. This, that, and the third. And I'm like, nigga, you was doing the same thing on stage with no shirt on and your pants sagging, and we can see your underwear. I mean, hell, Amazing Lucas even put the clip in the damn video. You know what I mean? And it's like, everywhere we go, it's like, people act like it's okay to shit on African Americans. We're the most imitated. Everybody want to be us and all this other shit. At least from Friday to Sunday, everybody wants to be black. Everybody wants to be African American, and they act like, oh, it's okay to shit on us. And the same exact thing applies when it comes to, black women. Now, black women will say, well, over the last 10 years, black men have been shitting on black women, and I'll agree with you that there's been black men shitting on black women, but don't conflate the valid criticisms that have been made, and a lot of y'all shit that has been exposed with, just bashing black women, and just openly. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of y'all try to do that. These conversations are new. That the previous generations of black men didn't have the courage to do what today's black men are doing. And yes, I said courage. Because when I most certainly came online, I mean the shit I was going up against, the Dr. Boyce Watkins with his fucking cape out, and a bunch of other people that ended up switching their tune. I got into it. People talking about, what's his name, Dr. Curry. I got into it with Dr. Curry. I got to go and pull out the archives with Dr. Curry. You know what I mean? Because it was just not some cool shit to criticize black women and say anything in particular about the issues that brothers were having. I mean, you could see that on that. What was that shit? Was it Rolanda? The show with anyway, there's a clip on YouTube. The whole clip's on YouTube. That was that with that light skinned woman that sat up there talking about what's wrong with single mothers. And the brother was trying to say, like, look, I was dating a chick. She had a kid. I didn't mind. I was doing this, that, and the third. But, it's like, I'm going through all this. And she like, what's wrong with single mother? She called an attitude about the shit. Brothers have been dealing with that for a long time, to where a woman could actually stand up on stage and roll her neck and talk about what's wrong with single mothers and say that shit to a childless man and have everybody boo him out of the damn fucking auditorium. It's been like that. So I'm just saying, when the women, want to sit there and they want to pretend like, there's it's just this open season on sisters. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, it's been open season on black men forever, and y'all were right there. Y'all just as bad as some of these other model minorities that jump on the bandwagon of white supremacy and run around with the old black man, you so bad, but we're so great, black girl magic, we're awesome, this, that, and the third. But it's like, speaking on the homicide, to me, a lot of it has Ray Ray and Pookie tones written all over it. And I know the women don't like that. They want to deny that. You know, um, you'll have a lot of black women, even though Yam said that, she had been in a domestic violence situation. But, to me, a lot of these situations are tied to um, manipulation, where women will get themselves involved in relationships with men that they shouldn't be involved with because, they're insecure about themselves as black women, insecure about their weight, insecure about their looks, and they get a guy, and that guy tends to, not be where he needs to be in life. And then you get the women that, obviously don't want to be controlled by a man. They don't want a man with too much power, all that stuff. So then they go out here and they get with this insecure man. Captain Solo's mother, many of the times that, he's pointed out to me, is one of the reasons why he does not care for light-skinned women, because his mother, was a light-skinned woman capitalizing on, the insecurities of dark-skinned men. Now, this is a light-skinned woman, so I can't label that against dark-skinned women, but I'm saying dark-skinned women will do the same thing with dark-skinned men. It's just there's not a colorism or a self-hate dynamic there, but there is still the insecurity of the fact that that man's not where he wants to be. And any slight thing can set him off. Her reminding him about how he doesn't have any power, her emasculating him in some way, and then he gets mad because she says some foul shit. And we've all seen these sorts of relationships. You know what I mean? This, the skinny black man with the fat woman. You know what I mean? And she controls all the resources or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And he thinking everything's good because he's fucking a chick, and he's got low self-esteem and all that stuff. And then they get into it one day, and he spazzes out, and then next thing you know, she ain't breathing. You know what I mean? That shit goes on. We've all seen it. I don't want any sisters coming on here and say that they haven't seen these awkward looking relationships. And it's like, you look at her and it's like, okay, chick, you don't have a whole bunch of value in the sexual marketplace. And then you look at the dude and he doesn't have a whole bunch of value in the sexual marketplace. And I'm like, hey, I hope it works out. But I also know, and I'm not saying that it's okay for an insecure black man to do this. But I'm saying if you're getting with an insecure black guy, I know women will say, well, who am I supposed to get with if I'm not the bee's knees? I don't know. I guess that is who you're supposed to get with. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm saying for those that get themselves involved in these relationships with these insecure dudes, you know what I mean? Like I'm like that, and because you just want to be in a relationship, and then you got a slick mouth. That's a bad combination. That's a bad combination. You know, I mean, one of the women, that was on Gen X. I'm not going to say who it was, but she used to be in the conversation, and some of you all remember her. But she made quite a few videos addressing me, talking about, educated lanes. And she was like, yeah, the reason why black women don't like y'all lanes is because y'all lanes ain't got no motherfucking street smarts. We ain't had no motherfucking street smarts. Street dudes had street smarts. Well, she was in her long-term relationship with her Ray Ray and Pookie boyfriend, and her Ray Ray and Pookie boyfriend tried to take her out one day. And when I mean take her out of this world, shot her multiple times, including the jaw. And she was hospitalized for quite some time. A number of people who were from the Gen X days remember. But they didn't know this incident happened. She just disappeared. Like her channel just, she stopped making videos. And, it turned out that her, her man or boyfriend, whatever the hell he was, who had all the motherfucking street smarts in the world, he attempted, to take her out of here. And he got arrested and charged and went to jail and was charged with attempted murder and all this other stuff. But this was a black woman who was on Gen X, responding to me, making videos to me, addressing the educated lane camp and how corny we were and how square we were. And she was with a real nigga, a real brother, not you corny ass lames. And that dude tried to take her out of this world. So, it's like, while black women want to act like, I don't think that y'all intentionally get involved in relationships where you think that a dude is going to, try to kill you. I don't. But by the same token, I do think that a lot of you all get yourselves involved with dudes that have a very likely propensity to violence, and you all think that aspects of that are attractive and sexy. It's all sexy until it's not sexy, until he puts his hands on you, until he spazzes out. Because, I mean, this is one of the ongoing conversations about street dudes and educated lames and all that other stuff, that was a constant point of contention, even all the way back in like 2010. The women were there. I mean, they insist that these men were attractive and sexy and everything else like that. And even though you got other black women that are like, well, I don't deal with that, I'm just talking about the number. Well, you're not being honest about the type of relationships that people are really having out here. You're not being honest about the toxic relationships, like the shit going on with freaking, Blueface and whatever the name of the chick is. It's crazy as hell. They got tattoos on her neck. You know what I mean? And then the hot mess of her father getting involved and the brother getting involved and the father trying to punch Blueface, and then he responds and retaliates. You know what I mean? If Blueface, had the fire on him, I don't know whether he can legally carry or not. I know DaBaby can, and I know DaBaby already got like 3 bodies. He's got 2 or 3 bodies because he's a legal carrier, killed that motherfucker in the Walmart. But what I'm saying is, Blueface, that whole situation, you throw guns in that mix, somebody was going to die that day. whether it was Blueface or whether it was the young lady's brother or whether it was her father or somebody was going to get hit with a stray. So it's like these toxic examples. They're all over social media. All this shenanigans. People sitting there. Oh, she spit in my face. She punched me, even though that dude was Devontae or whatever. He messing with the Latina chick. You know what I mean? But like, there's a lot of people out here that are in these toxic ass relationships, both male and female. And the part that irritates me is, you'll have black women come online and play these fainting Victorian virgins, and the reality is a lot of women are knee deep in there. I'm not gonna say all. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Bill Burr said. Yes, yes, I'll even go with the idea. There's the black woman out there that's just like, oh, honey, I made you some tuna casserole. Tuna casserole! And the motherfucker just starts going off and just wailing on her ass. As rare as I think that is, I'll even leave room for the tuna casserole going ballistic motherfuckers. But the reality is that's not how that shit that's not how that shit goes. You know what I mean? Usually it's like multiple times, multiple situations, police officers called to the house multiple times. I just had a woman in the Arab dude killed his wife in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? And the cops have been called, the whole the whole street, everybody knew on the block. They were like, we just knew it was bound to happen. I'm like, and we called the police, and the neighbors did call the police. They called several times because the back and forth was just so loud. And I understand it's complicated for women to leave situations like that if you're dependent on a dude and everything, but we can't sit here and talk about, how black men are not marrying black women, and then y'all act like, oh, we got to stay together because of, what, finances or some shit like that, like with dudes being dusty. Or my favorite, all the black men are passport bros and over the fence. I'm like, well, give it another 10, 15 years. You're not going to be able to accuse them of, killing you if they're not dealing with you. And then all that's going to do is further expose the type of men that you've been dealing with. Because I don't think that there's going to be any real shortage of the type of men that black women have been dealing with, who are the type of men that end up killing black women. I remember when they had those two girls down there at Texas A&M, the two sisters. The one sister was dating the one dude. He got tattoos all on his neck, killed the both of them. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, not a student, not a fellow student. I'm like, well, you wanted to date street dudes. And I don't know why everybody else should be super concerned about that when black women are dating the men that they're attracted to and the men that they want. You know what I mean? Like, all this, you need to talk to black. So let me get this right. So a lame needs to talk to a street dude about how he needs to conduct a relationship with you. I mean, really think about that. He needs to teach this man to engage in a behavior which you'll have a woman who's explicitly avoiding that because she perceives it as weak or lame or something like that. See, these are the part of the conversation that sisters don't want to have. They just want to sit there and throw up the raw numbers and go, see, black men kill us. End of discussion. Which black men kill you? What type of black men kill you? Oh, I'm sure we can pull up the exceptions. We can go, oh, well, what about what was he, the anesthetist in Maryland, who killed his baby, both of his baby mamas, the Asian chick and the black chick. Yeah, you can pull that up. But let's be real. 5 minutes ago was niggas is dusty all over the place, and that's what black women are dealing with, and that's why they got to be strong and independent, because that's what Yam said in the video. I'm like, that brother was making $250,000 a year. That doesn't sound dusty to me. Is that a L for educated lames? Yeah, it's an L for educated lames. I'll have to accept that. Yeah, brother's educated, making money and all this other shit. All I can say about it is, I'm like, when you're fucking with a dude with his kids, I'm like, that can get messy. That can get messy. While y'all running around talking about, white men, they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and black women are safer with white men. I'm like, white men are the ones that will kill you, kill the children, and burn the house down. And kill themselves last while they're in the house. What are you talking about? Every time I see a quadruple homicide and they got the helicopters, and the camera zooming in, all shaking and shit. It's some 4-bedroom, 2-car garage house in the burbs. You know what I mean? Like where the house is like a part of the garage and shit, or the garage is a part of the house. You know what I mean? And the helicopter's flying around, and the white neighbors come out like, we just didn't expect this here. How could this happen here? It's such a nice neighborhood. And you always get the one neighbor that's just like, they were just such a pleasant couple. I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it coming. I'm just so shocked. This is such a quiet neighborhood. You always get those white people that come out and shit. You know what I mean? Fathered and killed everybody in the house. So, yes, men are bigger than women. Men are stronger than women. Men can get angrier than women. Men have more testosterone than women. So, yes, we're going to see women across the board as more victims than the men are. Plain and simple. But I don't think that it's a coincidence, the fact that we have street culture, gang culture, hypermasculinity, and poverty to boot as to why black women have the highest rate of femicide or female homicide. I don't see why that's any surprise. You know, and plus, like I said, a lot of the type of dudes that women are attracted to. I want the numbers on them damn guns, because I am damn near willing to bet that, I'm trying to think, what do I want to bet? I bet $100 that since 75% of the black women that are being killed with firearms, that those firearms are not legally possessed firearms, which hints at the type of quality and character of black men that these women are dealing with. You know what I mean? They're not dealing with the dude that's going and got all his ducks in his row and getting his paperwork and making sure that his license is in order. I really do not think that those are the black men that are out here, bodying black women. But like I said, I mean, if we want to ignore, all the couples, all the black men that are out here that are married, loving black women, raising children, all that shit, if we want to ignore that, so be it. Like, it's like, I don't feel like engaging in a back and forth, with a woman that, I mean, she's foaming at the mouth. She wants to see the negative. She wants to go, aha. And it's like, that's not, like, I mean, even me thinking about it, I'm like, that's not going to change my life. Like, I'm still going to operate the way that I operate. It's like, because I'm saying to myself, as a black man, right? What could I do to help prevent violence amongst black, how do I say this? Homicides of black women by their partners. I'm not there. What am I, in between the bed sheets with a whistle and shit like that? Flag on the play, like how would I stop that? I don't hang out with her man. You know what I'm saying? We come from two different walks of life. I don't talk to this brother. I don't chill with this brother. You know what I mean? Like we talking two different classes of people. When am I going to interact with this dude to speak my mind and be like, hey man, I don't like the way that you put hands on Keisha. We don't even go to the bar together. So I'm like, how am I supposed to interact? So I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I'm trying to figure out what I could do to address that shit. You know what I mean? And then, like, I'm saying, if you dealing with a dude and he's in the streets, I'm like, I guess you got to address other street dudes. You know, the guys that'll, from like, I don't know, there's always that nigga in the back that's like, that's a female, bro, that's a female. You know what I mean? But he ain't gonna step up, right? I mean, that's the whole problem with the whole, you know, I want a super ultra alpha top G. Like, I'm saying, when you get that guy, if you are dealing with the alpha dude, who's gonna check him? Who's gonna check him? You know what I'm saying? Like black women, like I remember when Black Panther came out and they were bitching about, and Killmonger killed his girlfriend. You know what I mean? And it's like, but who gonna check Killmonger? Like, seriously, who's gonna check? Who's gonna check Killmonger? And then it's like, there's just an aspect of, like, you just gonna look like this bitch don't want you. She don't want you. She still wants to be with this dude. She just wants you to check his behavior so they can have a better relationship. That's some awkward shit. That's like Cap when a woman, questioned him about, how come you light skinned men don't say anything? Dark skinned dudes are putting you down. Why don't you light skinned men say anything? It's not cool, the colorism that comes from dark skinned men and how they put down Drake. And you know what Cap's response was? Why would we do that? First off, number one, we know that we're not your female counterpart. Number two, we also know that you don't want us. So what do I look like addressing this? I'm going to go over here and address this dark-skinned dude so that you can sit on his cock. Like women don't really understand, how women are going to interpret it. So it's all about pussy, is it? It's like, nah, it's not just about pussy. It's like, you really want us to be, these, like, I'm not your bodyguard. I'm not your sick dog. And it's like, if you're gonna continue to engage in high risk behavior with high risk men, what do you want us to say? What do you want us to say? What do you want us to do? Again, like, this goes back to there will be a response when it comes to Ray Ray and Pookie. I mean, hell, that's the reason why you with him. And going back to what I said about, that proxy violence and sisters, I know women that they won't tell their man that some shit popped off because they know the nigga crazy. They already know that he's the type to pull out. He'll air a whole motherfucker out just off of the strength of her word. She's like, oh, don't tell him, because that nigga crazy. So I'm like, he's like that with other people, but then when it comes to you, he's supposed to be different. And then if you cross him, like, he finds out that you're cheating on him with somebody or something, that ain't, listen, boo-boo, that ain't the nigga to cheat on. I'm just telling you. I just feel like there's a lot of nuances of that in there that they don't make it to these conversations. It's just raw numbers. Black women are being killed, and we only make up 7% of the population, and therefore black men are out here, creating these sort of, marauding bands of bandits of black men that are hunting black women. You know what I mean? Like black women are like freed slaves running through the swamps trying to get away, from the torches and the hounds because black men are hunting them. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Again, it's in all of the articles. This is what is it? Interpersonal violence or interpartner violence. These are the dudes that y'all are choosing and getting with. There is a level of responsibility. It's not all the responsibility, because like I said, I don't think women are intentionally choosing men that are killing them. Like they're like, oh yeah, but like it's like, I'm a 2A guy, I'm a Second Amendment guy, but you know what I mean? If you with a guy and let's say he's got guns, but he's got a hot temper. You know what I mean? Like maybe like I'm saying, yeah, he's got a good like, and I've seen women do this. They get turned on when the dude is like, I mean, there's dudes that make TikTok videos where they act like this, and they got tons of subs and subscribers, and they got the guns, and they blicky this and blicky that, and they play with the guns like they're toys, and then they act like anything will set them off. You know what I mean? They don't shoot the gun in the video, but they're just like, you know what I mean? Like what's good, my boy? You know what I'm saying? I get busy with it. All the type of dumb shit. And people will think it's funny. They'll think it's entertaining. They'll think it's attractive for the women. Like, ooh, he's got a gun. All that shit. But I'm like, if he doesn't have the temperament, and I'm like, if he's volatile like that, and then that volatility turns on you, now you're in a situation. I just don't think that a lot of black women own this part of the conversation. They don't. And I'm legit trying to come up with like, what would be a solution? You all need to address black men. And I'm like, I need to address the segment of black men that don't have any respect for me because I'm a lame, quote unquote, right? I need to address the group of black men that are the black men that you find attractive and desirable. I'm like, okay. And I need to tell them what they should and shouldn't do. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm shaking my head right now. And so I personally, I don't know what the solution is. I don't. I mean, it's like, I don't know what the solution is. But I think that, part of the issue with this discussion is that the men that don't engage in this behavior and aren't dealing with black women for other reasons like behavior and attitude and, the matriarchy and women want power and all this boss bitch bae shit. I don't want to say that they don't care. You know what I mean? Because a lost life is a lost life. I don't know how many times you'll see, like you'll see it and you'll be like, damn, that's fucked up. But in terms of caring to the point that they're going to go out there and put their life on the line for you, I don't see that. I don't see that. I feel like there would have, and it sounds cold, but I do feel like there would have to be more of a community for men to feel that way. Like if I'm in a community, if I'm living next, if it's like me, I'm on the block, and Captain Solo lives across the street, and Yonks 85 lives next door to me, you know what I mean? And Wayne Riley, he's 2 doors down from me, you know what I mean? If we're all in the same neighborhood, we're all in the same community, we manicure our lawns, we mow our shit, you know what I mean? Or we got the landscapers where our shit is looking nice. We want our neighborhood at curb appeal. You know what I mean? We invite each other over at cookouts and shit like that. And then the house between myself and Wayne Riley, the house between us, like there's a dude in there, and we always hear him and the wife and the husband, they getting at each other's throat and everything. That's going to be a point of concern for the both of us. What you want to do? Like, it's going to be a conversation. It's going to be like, should we get the police involved? Like, what do you want to do? Have a conversation with this dude. Like, look, man, we hear all this shit, and you got to chill with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, see, like when you got a neighborhood of like 4 or 5 black men, saying, hey man, like, nah, like this ain't going down. Like again, we all got kids, we got family. It's a community. That's a different. That that what did somebody bring up the other day? The Duluth model. I guess that's what it is. The community model is different. But when you don't have a community and your passport broing it out of here, and you got all these other issues with black women, and then black women are out here getting deleted by Pookie. You know what I mean? Like, where is the space to care? How does that impact you? Now, I could throw in, something like, well, what if this was your daughter? But the problem is that when it comes to the educated lames, you know what I mean? Their belief is that that they're going to teach their daughter not to be attracted to those guys. Even though I disagree with that concept because I don't think that unless the educated lames actually form a community and demonstrate that they can work together and actually wield power where they are the force to be reckoned with in the community and they actually have and demonstrate material wealth, I don't see where the women wouldn't gravitate towards the street dudes because the street dudes signify the streets, they signify excitement, they signify fast money. You know what I'm saying? So while a black man can sit there and ignore that, you know, I'm saying, and even if you go out there and you date out, a lot of black men are not abandoning the black community, they're abandoning the black woman. But even if they go out there and they date out and they marry out and they get with another race of woman, and then they got this mixed daughter, you already know that you're going to have a bunch of black men, thirsty, dark skinned dudes kicking down your door asking if Vanessa is home. You already know that. You already know that's what's going to happen. And again, because we see it now. Mixed girls at your high school, mixed girls at your college, mixed girls, dark skinned niggas all over them, and niggas be in the streets and shit like that. That shit'll start in high school. And what are you gonna do when one of them young men, put hands on your daughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially some of you lames that I can't get on the Second Amendment. Like, what are you gonna do if one of them put hands on your daughter? What are you gonna do if one of them put hands on your daughter and you don't live in, Captain Solo is not across the street. I'm not your next door neighbor. Yonks 85 isn't, two doors down, three doors down. Like, what are you gonna do to confront this dude? You know what I mean? Like, is he going to respect us? Is he going to respect our environment, our space? Is he going to be like, nah, I'm going to leave it alone because, I don't know. That's that's that crew. You know what I mean? This is the whole problem with being a quote unquote legitimate man and being worried about, losing your job that you got from the white folks and shit like that. Because when you need to get your hands dirty, a whole bunch of black men will jump up and be like, well, I don't want to get fired. All that bitch assness comes out. And then that reinforces why the women are over there with Pookie. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of nuance in here. And I'm throwing this out here because I want brothers that aren't on the street shit. I want y'all to think about this type of shit. Because y'all be on, oh, I'm exiting, I'm leaving, man, I'm out. That's it. And I'm like, man, that's not to say that this shit can't creep up. You know what I mean? Anybody can put hands on your daughter. It could be, it could be a white dude. What if she's into white dudes and the white boy, decides to slap her, hits her with the N-word, slaps her across the face, all dramatic and shit. You know what I mean? I know a lot of black men think like, oh man, fuck that, I could take him. You could take the white boy, but you ain't gonna take Pookie. You see? I'll be the first one to admit I do not like educated lame's level of powerlessness, cowardice, and lack of firepower. Even though I know I've helped grow the number of armed black men, but still, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I want motherfuckers to be handled like Rex McElroy and shit like that. Cops come around. What happened? We don't know. Detectives keep coming back. Nobody's talking. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, everybody's ring went offline and shit like that. We know somebody saw something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, nope. Everybody's digital recorder, for their ring is all of a sudden all the files are corrupted. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact that like we don't get down like that. You know what I mean? Like you can say what you want, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, they showed up at the court. Those black men, those black business owners, the black men in that intact community, they showed up at the courthouse like this ain't going down. Now they lost, but I'm saying they had the courage to show up, and I'm saying some white men did die that day. The whole like, oh, they just laid down and just took it. Nah, nigga. And I'm saying, like, when it comes to an intact community, yeah, it is going to require for the men to protect the women in the community. But by the same token, the women cannot go out here and just, choose and sleep with and have babies by men that have not been approved by, the Supreme Council of productive men in that community. And this is where, in my opinion, a lot of the miscommunication comes into play. I'm like, intact community? Nah, you don't get to just choose whoever the fuck you want to choose. If you think that all these other races of women are running around and always choosing whoever they want to choose to be, that's not what's going down. There is a selection, but they gotta meet a certain level of criteria in order to be approved. But that's not what I see from black women. And then we get into these other extended conversations about, women who want power, want to be a boss bitch, and then, they're like, oh, well, I have to pick these guys because there aren't enough productive men. And then you present a productive man and they don't like the productive men because they don't like patriarchy and they don't like, black men being in charge and everything. And I'm like, so like now we're back to zero. Right? You're telling me, oh, I have to pick them because there's nothing to pick from. But then when we start talking about ways in which to correct that problem and increase the number of, productive young black men, here comes the black girl magic group, well, what about the girls? Like shit like that. What about the girls? I'm like, I thought we were discussing that the boys are not on par with the girls because the girls are going to the moon and back. Now I'm here discussing getting the boys on track so that you actually have a productive man to pick from. And now you throw up this what about the girls bullshit. Because at the end of the day, there's a number of women that hide all their bullshit behind, stuff like this. When the reality is they don't really want a black man to be in a kick-ass position like that because they don't like the dynamic that comes with that. They don't like the power. They don't like the fact that he can take her or leave her. They don't like the standards and expectations that he put down. They don't like the fact that when he says no, his word is final. They don't like these sort of things. So anyway, I got people calling me, so let me end this video. That's my video, SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. That's my video, SWP out.